Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the match on WWE 2K25. In this one, we have got Christian representing the WWF. We've got Parka for WCW, and for ECW, we have got Mahoney in this, the Battle of the Chairmen. All three of these guys very well known in their respective careers for steel chairs, and I thought this would be a perfect opportunity for them to get together and work out who is the chairman of the board. Right then, so it's been a very interesting, hasn't it? This whole competition so far. Me thinking that ECW were really going to struggle with the talent that WCW and WWF had. And at the moment, ECW is just running rings around a lot of them. ECW now up to 11 victories. WCW with 7 victories. WWF now with 6. So ECW is 1 win away from doubling WWF's victories at this point in time. And it has surprised me. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the matches that have been won by who I think is the best person. I mean, ECW have had some very, very good competitors, but some of them have been completely out there. I mean, look at it last week when the Pitbulls defeated the Islanders and the Freebirds was absolutely shocking to me, but they've done it. Right, anyway, Christian currently sits on -3 in the ranking system after 37 matches. He's +1 for the year, but he's still not doing very well at all, and he's someone who will need a bit of a boost. Remember, these matches are worth 3 points in the ranking system. 1 point for the victory and 2 bonus points for defeating multiple opponents, so there's a big opportunity here for one of these guys. This, of course, is Parka, and this is the Parka who wrestled in WCW, the original Parka, not the one who replaced him in AAA. This is the original LA Park, or Parka. He has currently had 6 matches so far in our Universe mode and sits on 0 overall. He's had 1 match so far this year, back at When Worlds Collide, in which he came out balanced out. He got 1 elimination, then got eliminated, so he's doing okay. I think that's roughly where I see him being, to be honest, in the middle of the pack. I never expected him to be at the top end of anything, to be honest with you. And then finally, representing ECW, a man we have not seen since 2023. We've only ever seen him twice on this channel, and that is Mahoney, one half of the tag team alongside Axel Rotten, known as the Chair Swinging Freaks. And now he's got an opportunity to show what he can do here. In exactly this opportunity, I suppose. Good on him. I do think he's the underdog. I feel like Christian for this one should be the favourite by quite some distance, in my opinion. I mean, no shit to the other two, but I can't see Mahoney winning this match. But then again, it's all down to who hits the most chair shots, I suppose, isn't it? Right then, the bell goes. We are underway. So, I mean, none of these guys are currently in the positives on the ranking, so this +3 is going to be a massive boost to somebody. There's the running bulldog there by Mahoney taking down Parka. Christian with the slap in the face. And this is the last match we have planned in for today, by the way. We've got 3 more matches coming for you tomorrow. We've got Ken Shamrock versus Tank Abbott versus Masato Tanaka. The winner of that one will get John Moxley on Sunday for the Underground Championship. Back in the tag team division, we have got Test and Albert versus the Natural Born Thrillers, the team of Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare versus the Bruise Brothers, Don and Ron Harris. And then tomorrow to finish things off, we've got Trish Stratus versus Medusa versus Lita. Lita did actually work a very small amount of time for ECW. It was difficult to find women for ECW, but I think they've done pretty well. So yeah, some big action. And then going into Thursday, we've got the Head Shrinkers versus the Legion of Doom versus the Steiner Brothers. That's going to be a massive match. We've got The Rock versus the DDP versus the Tommy Dreamer. I don't know why I went with the... There you go. And then Rey Mysterio versus Conan versus Super Crazy. So some really good matches coming up for you for the next couple of days. And potentially a chance for WWF and WCW to actually catch up ECW, because ECW's running away with it at the moment. Which again is just not what I expected at this point in time. I really thought it was going to be a dominant performance for WWF and WCW, to be honest. I didn't realise that ECW would do so well. So yeah, at the end of week number 1, it was 5 to 7 to 7, and now it's 6 to 7 to 11. It's been mad, really, in the favour of ECW, that is. So the steel chairs now are starting to stack up. So this is a match I have made, by the way, and the only thing under the ring is steel chairs. It just made sense with these 3 guys in the ring. And I'm pretty sure Parka was always referred to as the chairman of the cruiserweight division over in WCW. I mean, looking at him, you're wondering how he was a cruiserweight wrestler because he's got a bit of podge on. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a supermodel myself, but the fact that Parka was considered a cruiserweight wrestler was always a bit interesting to me. But he was Lucha Libre, so he had the style of a cruiserweight, even though he wasn't necessarily the right size. Balls Mahoney going straight for the balls himself with a low blow. It's all legal, of course, triple threat rules. No disqualifications, no count-outs, pinfalls and submissions have to take place inside the ring. Chairs are not only allowed but encouraged. And of course, like I said, the winner of this match will walk away with a +3 in the ranking system, which is very important points. It's 1 point for the victory and 2 bonus points for defeating multiple opponents at the same time. So yeah, it's a big chance. Whoever wins this will move into the positives. There's the pin now by Christian on Balls Mahoney. It's only a 2 count. Parka was too busy having a little bit of a dance on the edge to actually come across and break that out. Parka now with Balls Mahoney inside the ring. What we could do? Sorry, I'm just thinking of other shows we could do. ECW is it New Breed? Can we do like ECW Originals versus ECW New Breed? I know ECW New Breed was terrible, but I mean, what was the roster? Matt Striker, Kevin Thorne, CM Punk, Marcus Von Core. That could be an interesting one to do, you know. I quite like doing ECW. So having a chance to utilise ECW would be pretty good. There's no like list of roster, is there? Is there a list of the roster? ECW WWE. Is this a roster? No. I'm sure we could find one. I'm sure we could find a roster we could work from on that. Yeah, I like the idea of that to it. That's the only thing. Whether there's enough, I mean, obviously we know the ECW roster is great, but whether there's enough in that new... the New Breed was a stable, that's why. ECW, WWE roster. Will that show me the crappy version? It does, okay. Al Snow, Alicia Fox, Balls Mahoney was in there for a bit. Big Daddy V, Little Guido, Big Show, Bobby Lashley, the Boogeyman. Chavo Guerrero, Christian, Chris Benoit, CM Punk. Davari, Evan Bourne, Ezekiel Jackson, Goldust, the Great Khali, Hardcore Holly, the Hurricane. We could do some of this. John Morrison, Kane, Katie Lee Burchill, Kevin Thorne, Kofi Kingston, Kurt Angle apparently, Mike Knox, The Miz, Mark Henry, Matt Hardy. Well, we could definitely do something with this. That would definitely work, I think. Yeah, no, I like that idea. Original ECW versus New Age ECW. I'm going to put it on the list. Oh, I just punched the microphone, sorry. There you go, I think that'd be fun to do. I'm quite enjoying the idea of these verses, to be honest. You've got quite a few on there now. We've got the Callis family versus the Heyman guys. Jim Cornette versus Bobby Heenan. We've got AAA versus CMLL. We've got US versus Canada. ECW versus ECW WWE. We can do some good stuff with this. Strike in the face now then by Parka. And only 3 steel chairs in the ring is disappointing me. There should be a lot more than that. We want much more steel chairs than we currently see. Lovely Saito suplex there by Christian on the outside on Parka. And now there is the powerbomb. I got another one as well. Let's do NXT Black and Gold versus NXT Current. There you go. I'll do that as well. The problem is we have got a plan to do the TNA invasion of NXT, but I've decided to put the champions up against each other. The problem is that half of the TNA championships are held by NXT people, so it just becomes an NXT versus NXT match. There's the unpretty there by Christian onto the steel chair, but Parka is there. He's going to break that up straight away. Yeah, the very first match the two very first matches are going to be Ricky Saints versus Trick Williams, which are both NXT people, and JC Jane versus Kalani Jordan, who are both NXT people as well. Nice spear off the apron there by Bulls Mahoney on Christian. Now looking to swing that chair at Parka, who moved out of the way. Parka now heading up to the top. That's what I said. He's a big lad, but he's still got that agility. And look at that. He hurricaned one opponent into the other. Went for the pin. It's only enough for the 2 count. Big German suplex now then by Christian. Christian now with the chops trying to take down Bulls Mahoney. Takes him up into the scoop slam. Christian now stiff forearm. And now the steel chairs once again. Christian right into the back of Parka. And look at Bulls Mahoney just shouting down at the grounded Parka, slamming him arm first into the mat. And there's the spear by Christian, summoning the spirit of his tag team partner, Edge. Of course, we saw Edge earlier on in the pay-per-view. I think it was last week in the Battle of the Spears. Was that one of the matches we actually won for WWF? Yes. Edge actually won his matches up to Christian now then. Edge defeated Goldberg and Rhino. That was a huge win for him. The elbows once again by Bulls Mahoney into the face of Christian. And now up in the spine buster. There's another one we can do. WWF versus WWE. It's a stupid one, I know, but they'll count, don't they? Old school versus new school. Look at the chairs being swung back and forth. It's Christian who flattens Parka. Parka now sending Christian crashing to the ground. Parka's the only man up on his feet at this point in time. And look at him swinging the chair at the grounded Christian. Bulls Mahoney's just celebrating. He's just happy not to be the man getting hit by the chair at this point in time. And there's a running DDT. Now remember, all this damage on the outside is absolutely great, but the problem is that you can't win the match out here. You can only win the match inside the ring. So you're doing some great damage here, but you're not able to get a quick pin and go for the win. So at some point, one of these guys is going to have to take one of their opponents into the ring and go for it, and then just hope the other one is so done out that they won't be able to get back up and get in the ring to break it up. Christian now on the back of Bulls Mahoney, takes him up, in with that reverse suplex. I'm assuming we've had Bulls Mahoney and Axel Rotten in the tag team division of the Chair Swinging Freaks. Yep, they are on there. They've had 2 matches so far, lost them both, one in 2021 and one in 2023. Christian there with a reverse DDT, taken down. Balls Mahoney, the elbow in the face there by Parka, taking Christian up on the shoulders. And in with that running power slam. There it is, but Balls Mahoney's there to break it up straight away, as you would expect. Nice running drop kick. And it's the opportunity now. Christian's down on the outside. Parka could do this if he stops faffing and dancing and actually goes for a big move. And it hasn't worked. Because he's gone for the faffing and the dancing. He's gone for the pin, yeah, but he's allowed Christian enough time to get back up. Parka now grabbing a hold of Christian. Christian fighting back with the elbows into the gut. And there's the short, sharp DDT. Balls Mahoney back up on his feet. Caught Christian, spins him around, up. No, Christian fighting back in the reverse DDT again. And Christian now with the unprettier. Balls Mahoney's down and out. This is the opportunity. There's the pin for the one. Referee, what are you doing? It's enough, but the referee really tried his hardest there to not count that, didn't he? Balls Mahoney then drops down to a -3 after 3 matches. Parka, as in WCW Parka, with that loss, moves down to a -1 after 7. But Christian Cage, this was a big win he needed. He was on -3. He'd already got +1 this year already, but with this extra 3 points he's about to gain, he's going to move up to a 0. So he started this year on -4, and now he is back on to the level playing field. And as I keep saying over and over again, this will happen eventually. The cream will always rise to the top, given enough opportunities. It's just some people evidently have not had enough opportunities. People like Kane, people like Mick Foley, who are 40-odd matches deep, are still struggling, aren't they? But they'll get there eventually. Is Kane on that list of people that work for ECW? I'm sure he must be. Kane makes it. Yeah, Kane was there for a couple of years. Yeah, so we could give Kane a nice easy match maybe. Kane versus Big Sal Graziano. Kane versus, well, then Kane versus 911 this week, haven't we? The Battle of the Chokeslams, I suppose. But yeah, this was a good match. I mean, Christian, I said, would win it. And the WWF really needed that victory. They've, of course, been struggling so much as of recent. That's their first match of the day. WCW now have not won since before, well, since at the pay-per-view. We've had 8 matches since WCW got a victory. I mean, tomorrow WCW have got some interesting ones. It's not going to be easy, though, is it? I say you've got, and when I read these out, by the way, it's WWF first, WCW second, ECW third. So we've got tomorrow Ken Shamrock versus Tank Abbott versus Masato Tanaka. We've got Test and Albert versus the Natural Born Thrillers. Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare, and the Bruise Brothers, Don and Ron Harris. And then finally, Trish Stratus versus Medusa versus Lita. It's going to be a very difficult day. I mean, I think some of those matches are pretty even. I mean, Ken Shamrock, Tank Abbott, Masato Tanaka. I think Tank Abbott, in terms of wrestling, is probably the least qualified, but in terms of just full-on fighting ability, it is a #1 contendership for the Underground Championship. Definitely has a possibility of winning that one. When it comes to the tag teams, I think Test and Albert, the Bruise Brothers, Natural Born Thrillers, I think on paper might be pretty close in terms of power, but I do think WCW's Natural Born Thrillers are a stronger set of wrestlers than the team of Sean O'Hare and Chuck Palumbo. And then that big one, Trish Stratus, Medusa, Lita, that really could go either way. All 3 of those ladies are incredible competitors, and I look forward to seeing it. Right, that's the end of today's matches. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, hit the like, subscribe, the good stuff, and I will see you again very soon for some more SWE. Bye-bye.